Sport has rarely seen a domination of this level. Serena Williams has ruled the tennis world with an iron fist for the best part of 2 decades. Serena Williams turned pro at the age of 14. 21 years later, she defeated her older sister to win her 23rd Grand Slam singles title. Sound crazy? Welcome to the world of the greatest tennis player in history. Serena has continued to defy everyone and everything by refusing to end her domination of women's tennis. Her victory at the 2017 Australian Open meant she eclipsed Steffi Graf on the modern era's all-time Grand Slam list, and within one of Australia's Margaret Court. It's such a great feeling to have 23. I've been chasing it for a really long time. It was conceded that number 24 was a foregone conclusion, given the form Serena was again showing. But an unexpected curveball has a question mark now over her future. In April, Serena revealed she was 20 weeks pregnant, which meant she'd been around 8 weeks when she won her 7th Australian Open crown. In the lead up to the tournament, she'd spoken about her recent engagement to Reddit co-founder Alexis Ohanian.
Yeah, it's been really great. I've said from the beginning, I just didn't want to think about it until after Australia, because I was like, this Grand Slams mean a lot to me, and I was like, well, I'm not going to think about it. So it's almost a little bit unreal right now because I haven't taken it in because I'm still being rather selfish and focused on my career.
Whether she can dominate the sport again or not, it's unlikely anyone will come close to matching her deeds on court. Serena's superiority has fueled the debate over whether the American should be regarded as the greatest tennis player, male or female. Roger Federer's resurrection in 2017, winning the Australian Open and Wimbledon, may sway many his way. But Serena argues her record, that also includes 14 doubles Grand Slam titles and 2 mixed, should have earned that title. If I were a man, I would have 100% been considered the greatest ever a long time ago. Her body of work is nothing short of extraordinary.
Serena, I think, is the greatest woman player of all time, of course, in tennis. And she's still going strong, so I don't know if her legacy will ever end because she's like 35, going on 22. But, I mean, what she's accomplished is obviously just amazing. And I think the most impressive fact is the longevity of her career, how she won slams in her teens and she's now winning slams 30 plus, It's just, that consistency is remarkable.
The Australian Open victory over her sister Venus meant she returned to the #1 world ranking for the 7th time, 15 years after she'd done it the first time. She is the only player to win 10 Grand Slams in 2 different decades. No one else has won 2 of the Grand Slam tournaments 7 times each, or won 3 of the 4 at least 6 times.
Serena, the queen, congratulations. You're the best of all time, the greatest of all time.
Still to come on the Immortals, Serena's roller coaster ride to immortality. When Serena Williams was 9 years old, her father Richard and mother Oracene moved the family from California to Florida so the siblings could attend a tennis academy run by Rick Mackey. It didn't take him long to realize the Williams sisters were something special, particularly the youngest of the clan.
She had muscles on top of muscles even at 9 years old, and it's definitely all natural. But the thing that always stood out is just ferocious competitor. It doesn't matter if she was playing checkers, cards, tennis, getting a drink. She had to be first in line. She was just a brutal competitor, and you can see that today.
Serena's first Grand Slam appearance came at the age of 16 at the 1998 Australian Open, where she defeated 6th seed Irina Spalea in the opening round, before coming out the wrong side of her first meeting with Venus on the tour. 18 months later, she was a Grand Slam champion, defeating Martina Hingis at the US Open. It was in 2002 when the world got its first look at the greatness of Serena. She put together what became known as the Serena Slam, winning 4 consecutive majors, the French Open, Wimbledon, and US Open, before starting off the following season with victory in the Australian Open. And each time, she defeated Venus in the final. Serena became the 6th woman in the Open era to win the career Grand Slam. A raft of injuries then sank her ranking to 139, but against the odds was when she often flourished.
I think for me, being mentally tough is probably my biggest strength. And my dad always said growing up, tennis is so mental. You have to have your mental and you have to be really mentally tough. And I guess I really took that to heart. And I also think being the youngest of 5 really kind of made me have to scrap and be tougher. So I think all those things kind of played into action. And yeah, I feel like it really, I think that's probably one of the biggest things in tennis is just having it's great to have a big serve too, but I think ultimately sometimes when you're down and out and you could be the best player in the world and you still get down, but you have to be able to come back.
That was never more evident than at the 2007 Australian Open. Serena was unseeded and seemingly out of shape, with the critics lining up to declare her star was on the wane. So what did she do? Produced a stunning run to the final, where she proceeded to wipe the floor with Maria Sharapova, conceding just 3 games in the final. I get the greatest satisfaction just holding up the Grand Slam trophy and proving everyone wrong. I just love that. The Olympic Games also feature prominently, and at London 2012, on one of her favorite courts at Wimbledon, Serena picked up her first individual gold medal by defeating Sharapova again.
I was ready for the match. I've had some good success against her, but I was ready for that. I mean, it was for me gold or silver, and I love gold. Gold's actually my favorite color. So I was like, I wanted it.
She then paired with Venus to win their 3rd Olympic doubles gold. Into her 30s, and with a new generation of challengers, Serena raised her game, if that was possible. In 2015, she claimed her 2nd Serena Slam, but then surprisingly came up short when aiming for the elusive calendar Grand Slam. All 4 majors in the same year. Only 3 women in history had achieved the feat. Serena won her 19th Grand Slam at the Australian Open, which put her past legends Chris Evert and Martina Navratilova on the all-time list. She then won the French Open, defeating Lucy Safarova before claiming her 6th Wimbledon crown. All that was left was the US Open title, which she'd won 6 times.
I never really thought I would be in this position where I would even be talking about, records or talking about passing Steffi Graf or even mentioning Margaret Court. I just grew up trying to be the best that I could and do the best that I could. And, I worked really hard for everything. So to even be mentioned in that conversation is great.
In one of the biggest upsets in sports history, Italy's Roberta Vinci ended Serena's dreams with a 3-set victory in the semi-finals at Flushing Meadow. Unseeded Vinci had never played in a Grand Slam semi-final before, and in her 4 previous matchups with Serena, she'd never won a set. Every so often, a miracle happens. Serena bounced back in 2016 to win her 7th Wimbledon title, and then collected the 72nd title of her career when the Williams sisters rewound the clock in the Australian Open final. That victory by the then 35-year-old took her career prize money to an incredible $84 million, which is more than twice her nearest female rival. It's insane how good Serena Williams has been over 2 decades. There is no other way to put it. An immortal of world sport who might yet have another extraordinary chapter to come. Serena Williams earned $105 million in the 12 months to mid-2018. Forbes magazine estimates her net worth at $170 million, given she has endorsement deals with some of the world's most powerful companies, including Nike, Burley, Intel, and Gatorade. But it's her love of couture which appeals to the world's best tennis player, who has a personalized fashion line as part of an equity deal with the Home Shopping Network.
Right now I'm focused on fashion, and then when I'm not, I'm focused on Grand Slams. And I always love having goals, so that always makes it easier in a way.
She is a regular at New York and Milan fashion shows, mingling with the world's best designers. Serena and Venus also have a small equity stake in NFL franchise, the Miami Dolphins. And in 2016, purchased ownership shares in global mixed martial arts brand UFC.